Hi everyone. Okay, so today we are looking at your practice over here, practice 7, okay, as your corrections. Question 1a. Okay, now question 1a, you're asked to describe the distribution. Most of you are able to see some patterns, but there's a lot of inaccuracies that you all need to watch out for. Okay, number 1, as geographers you should know, Africa, North America, Europe, they are continents. They are not countries. They are big landmass with individual smaller countries. Okay, so when you write things like LDCs like Africa, DCs like North America and Europe, it is as if you're telling people you're not a geography student. Okay, so please you need to say things like, for example, LDCs like countries in Africa, or DCs like countries in North America and Europe. But it will be best if you're able to pick 1 or 2 countries. Okay, like this, it is still very generic and general. All right, next, I don't see people giving evidence. Okay, and most importantly, I don't see anyone giving anomalies. Okay, so these are some of the mistakes you need to look out for. Now let's analyze this together. All right, now firstly, most of you can tell me that North American countries are countries in North America are generally DCs. Okay, so this is quite clear. All right, and most of you still remember that much of Europe is DCs. Okay, most of you remember that Asia is generally LDCs, and then also likewise for African countries. Oh yeah, Oceania also, most of you tell that this DCs. Now, some misconception here, South America is still LDCs. Okay, so you all need to be careful with that. Now, what evidence to cite? Okay, you can cite the range of values. Okay, so for example, most of you tell me that DCs have a highest food consumption than LDCs, right? Okay, so generally DCs consume more than LDCs. Okay, in which DCs consume about 3,000. Okay, so most of them are this grade, right? So 3,000 to 4,000 kcal lah. Okay, 3,000 to 4,000 kcal, which is higher than LDCs, which consume 0 to most of them reach this grade, right? 3,000 kcal. Okay, now it's hard for us to do a minusing because it's a range, so be it. Okay, so this is 1 mark. So remember to cite your evidence. Okay, remember to cite your evidence. Now, next one, most of you are able to not able to tell me specifically. Okay, so specifically just pick 1 or 2 countries. So maybe just pick the highest one specifically. Okay, USA DC has one of the highest consumption at 3,500 to 4,000 kcal. Okay, per person per day. Sorry, I forgot per person per day. Okay, you can also talk about the lowest. Okay, so the lowest is in maybe Central Africa. Okay, so I don't know what's this country, Sub-Saharan Africa. Okay, so you can go on to tell me about that. All right, now anomalies. Are you sure there's no anomalies? Are all LDCs eating so little? Okay, so most you can point out like Brazil, Chile. Okay, or you can look out China, which is a classic case study. Okay, or you can point out North Africa, countries in North Africa. Okay, so these are classic anomalies that we have talked about and you should mention. Okay, so maybe you can give a general for the anomaly. Okay, so you can get another mark from being specific about the about the lowest in the LDC. Okay, or you can tell me more anomalies. Okay, however, some of the LDCs consume similar amount of calories as compared to DCs at 3,000 to 350 kcal per person per day. Okay, so most of them are in this gray range. All right, so you can mention, so then give me the specific. Okay, for example, okay, China and Brazil. Okay, they also consume this amount. Or you want to talk about Morocco, Egypt, also possible. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, general trend. specific to support the general, you can choose either one, you can choose both. Normally you can give more details like this. If not, if you want to do 2 here, then normally you choose the specific country. Okay, so some LDCs like China and Brazil consume similar amounts of calories as DC, such as this. Or if not, you give a general statement to give 1 more mark. Okay, so please do your corrections and make sure you don't make the same mistake for practice 8. Practice 8, we have a similar question over here, okay, in page 2. Alright, make sure you don't make the same mistakes anymore. This time I want you to explain. So describe 1 mark, 2 marks, and then explain, account another 3 marks. Okay?